Page 31, using a ratio table. Use the ratio table to multiply the numbers. Choose the numbers that work best for you. The first example shows you one person's number choices to help them multiply. Again, this ratio table here explains what this person thought was the best idea for them to be able to multiply. So I'm going to show you how I would break these down in these ratio tables. You're welcome to do what I do, or you can try your own. When you look at these multiplication problems, the ratio table is just there to help you. You don't have to use that one. You don't have to use the method of a ratio table. If you prefer to set this up using an area model, you are welcome to do that. If you prefer to use standard algorithm and stack it on top of each other, you are welcome to do that. But I would like you to try following along and using the ratio table for today, okay? If it gets to a point that it's overwhelming or it's a little too difficult to follow my line of thinking, that's okay to put the ratio table to the side for today and do a method that you are comfortable with, okay? So first I noticed they have 1 times 35. So they've shown me they've kept the factor 35, but they've started with a times 1. So my goal is to scale up to get this to be 35 times 44. And I'm gonna start with some easy numbers that I know, such as 10. If I do 10 times 35, I'm gonna get 350. So the first thing I did was times 10. Now I can scale that up again and get to times 4 to get to 40, or maybe I just want to do times 2 to get to 20 and I want to double that again because doubles tend to be easier for me, and so I think I'm going to do that. I think I'm going to double it to times 2, which will get me 20 and then get me to 700 here. Yeah, that's a very easy double then to get to 40 times 2 times 2. And 700 times 2 is 1,400. Great, take a look. I had 40 and I'm trying to get to 44. I've taken care of my tens place. Now I need to take care of my ones place. So I'm gonna go back to the beginning and see I started with 1. And so I think I'm gonna start by scaling up by just doing times 2 times 2. Doubling that initial 1. So that's going to give me 2. And then 35 times 2 is going to give me 70. And I'm going to multiply that by 2 again to get me that 4. And now I'm going to have 140. And now I've gotten my 4, my ones place. I'm going to add my tens place and my ones place together to get my answer. Awesome. Take a look at my next problem, 39 times 20. So they are starting me off with 1 times 39. So 39 times 1. And I'm trying to scale up to 20. So this one's really nice because I don't have to solve for a ones place. I'm only looking at my tens place. So let me start there. I have 1. And I'm going to move over and think, what can I multiply to get close to 20? And I love to start with a 10 if I can, because I'm just moving over a place value. So 1 times 10 is 10, and then 39 times 10 is 390. Great. I'm at 10 and I just need to get to 20. If I can double to get to 20. So 10 times 2 is 20. And 390 times 2. I need to do a little bit of thinking about that, but I know that I can double by stacking those on top of each other and adding them. 3 plus 3 is 6, plus 100 is 7, 780. And now I have 20 times 39 is 780. Excellent. And so that is my answer. Since I don't have any ones, I don't have to do anything extra. I'm going to show you one more, and then I'm going to leave these last 2 for you to try yourself again. If you feel the need to go to standard algorithm or an area model, feel free to do that. So 18 times 65. This time, they're starting me with 1 times 65, and I need to scale up to 18. So there's two ways that I can look at this. I can either scale up to 18, or something that I notice is 18 is pretty close to 20. So I might try to get to 20 and then take off 2. And I think I'm actually going to start with that. So first I'm actually going to start with finding out what would 2 be, because that's an easy double. So 1 times 2 is 2, and then 65 times 2. So I could do 65 plus 65. I could do 65 times 2. Either of those methods would get me that answer. So 10, 12, 13, and I could see I will get the same thing, 130. Awesome. And so that is times 2. And I actually like that I started with times 2, knowing I'm going to use subtraction later, because now I can scale up actually 2 and multiply that times 10, because that's going to give me that 20 that I'm looking for. And 130 times 10 is going to give me 1,300. So there I have my 20, 1,300. And I know that I can subtract 130 from it to get down to 18. Seven minus 1 is 6, and 1. 1,670. So for this one, I started by looking at 1 times 65, and I decided that instead of doing 18 times 65, I was going to do 20 times 65, and then take off 2 groups of 65. And so that's why I scaled up to 2 to get my 2 groups of 65 would be 130. And then I scaled up times 10 to get my 20 times 65, which was 1,300. And then I subtracted to find my answer. These last 2, they are open for you. So you can either start with 1 times 18, or you can start with 1 times 4. That's up to you, whichever one you want to. Right there. For this one, you can either start with 1 times 75 or 1 times 15. Again, you are looking for numbers that are easy for you to work with. Great job today. Hi guys, we are going to talk about page 32 today.